Okay, so this is what we'd like to be doing, just a small table. We're going to be entering just few data, and then you're going to be entering the rest. And then the idea is that we're going to be producing a report. Just an introduction to reports. We're going to learn more about reports as we advance, inshallah. So that's what I just did. I'm about to create the card discount database, and I'm saving it somewhere, but you have to save it in your drive D. And let's create that. The file already exists. Okay, fine. Let's just remove it. So I'm going to go to the design view, save the table. What's the name of that table? It's called card discount. Okay, so card discount. So now I'm going to be having this ID number, which is a number. So ID number, and it's a number. And then we have name, text, card, text, name. Whenever we see text, that means short text. And if there's a size 35, that means the field size here should be 35. And we said name, car, price, discount. Name, car, price, and then discount. Oops, that's not what I want. Then I'm going to change this. So the name was 35, the car was 40. It should have been 40 for the field size. The price is currency. And then we want it to be 3 decimal places and $sign. So how to do that? Decimal places instead of auto, I'll specify it to be 3. Okay, yes? Excuse me? There's no underscore because it shows here space, so I'm just leave it as it is. Even though, as I told you, it's better to have an underscore rather than a space. Because when you put the underscore, you don't have to deal with the brackets when you're doing some formulas in the queries or in the reports or in the forms. Yes? When you put currency, generally by default it's going to put the $sign for you. But this is when it shows the currency, this is by default. It's going to be put in the dollar for you. In your I'm showing you for your machine. In my machine, by default, it's going to put SR. So that's the thing. I can put some more changes, but I don't want you to be bothered with that for now. So just by selecting currency, it's going to put in the $sign because in your machines it's configured to be doing that. So the last one is discount. What is discount? Is a number. But let me see something. Even if it's a number, okay, it's just a percentage, and these are the different kind of price. Okay, fine. I just want to see if it was a need to put some real numbers like decimal values, and in that case, long integer is not enough. I need to put it as double, because if I would like to have 5.5, for example, this long integer is not allowing me to add any decimal values. So now this is done. Let's save and close and create user-friendly. Save it as card discount form. So I'm going to be creating that card discount form. Would create a form with the wizard. Just select everything. Next, whatever. What's the name? Card discount. Okay. So this is the card discount form. And then I can put now the numbers, the data. I can just enter it this way. Let's zoom in just a little bit to enter some of them. In order not to lose time, I'm going just to enter just a couple. You will have to enter the rest. Let me just make this, hide this so I can see better. Okay, so the name, John Brownie. Oh, by the way, I can copy and paste for the names. Yeah. Toyota. And then 20,000 and 5. So this is the discount percentage. It shows, you see, it doesn't show the percentage here, but it's fine. It just shows the discount percentage. If I would like to show it, actually, I can do something. Remember that I can do something in this table. Maybe let me do something. Let me close this one and go to the design view. You remember I can here in the caption, I can change the way it looks. I can put something more than just that. For example, the name of the field is discount, but I can put discount percentage in the caption. Now if I look at the table, say first, yes, I'm going to see here discount percentage. And if I delete this one because I would like to again do it from scratch, because it will take into consideration, I hope, this percentage. So select everything, next, car discount, then finish. And I hope that's going to see this discount percentage, because this is like the caption, what is displayed. If I look at the table, it still shows me in here, yes, it just shows me discount, only this is the name of the field, but the way it looks, this is the caption. You remember that? We've seen it a long time ago. If you don't remember, now this is refreshing the memory. So let's keep adding, like another one, let's say 2 others, and just to have something. I should have made it in Excel so I can import it, but anyways, I didn't do that. And then 10, and then again Chris Smith. Okay. Okay, I'm going to stop here. Okay, so let's say now I have entered all the records, and I would like to start to create this report. It's easy if I'm following the same principles. Let me just make this big so I can see everything better. So I'd like to create a report with the following specifications. So in order to create a report, we're going to be using the wizard, because the wizard is going to help us design something in the easiest way. Later on, we can still, as with the form, we can go back to the design view and see something similar to this. So this is a form. I'm going now to create the report using the wizard. And as you can see, it's almost like the same thing. Is the card? This is the table. I'm going to select all of the fields. This is what I want. ID, number, name, car price, discount. That's all of them. ID, number, name, car price, and discount. And then you can see it's a bit different now, because it shows something related to those the reports, which allows me to group the report by name. What it does, actually, if 2 people have the same name in my list, if I have 2 records with the same name, do I have 2 records with the same name? This one, for example. And Chris Smith. So if I have these with the same name, I would like to have them grouped together under some same grouping. So you know what? Let me just add these so I can see them before creating the table. It's going to be the report, sorry, so I can see the results. Let me just not here from this one, go to create a new one. Let's just copy and paste again, just so we can create something similar. And 10. Is it 10? Yes. And then this one with Chris Smith. I'll be having this one, Chris Smith, in 2 places, which is what I want to see the grouping in motion, how it is going to be working. So okay, now it's enough. So in my table now I have more than that, but I have 2 people with the same name, as you can see. And if I'm selecting now in the report wizard, select them all, and if I'm going to select the name as the group by, so if 2 have the same name, the remaining information is going to be under the same name. So I'm not going to be having the repetition of names, and just what is different is going to be appearing under those names. And I can do that for any other of the things. So this is one of the advantages of those reports. I can have some groupings if I'd like. You have many type of groupings. There's different kind of groupings, because if the same, this is a text, I have in this kind of groupings, if just the first letter that is the same, I would like them to be grouped by just the first letter, or maybe the 5 first letters or 5 initial letters and things like that. If it was a number, let me just show you how it will look like if it was a number. Let's say price is a number. If it was a number, the grouping option now is not about the first one, but it's in tens or 50s or 100 or thousands. If there are the same thousands, 1,000 to 1,000 to 2,000, so it's going to be under the same grouping. But for us, and I can have many groupings, I can have many levels of groupings. First group according to the price, and then if they have like the same name, group them again, and then I can have a lot of different kind of groupings. And I can move this first name or no, the price is the first thing. This is what the priority is doing. So in our case, this is what we would like. I just double click here. It's the same as click selecting on this name there. Why we're doing this? Because this is what we would like it to do. We would like to group the report by name. So that's what we're doing. Next step, we have the sorting and the summary options. The sorting we're going to specify according to which we're going to be sorted. Because now we have a list of ID cars, and for these guys have the same name, but how do we want to sort them? I can select for the price or different things, but in this case we would like just to sort according to the number in ascending order. So I'm going to select the number. You see the name doesn't appear because the name is going to be sorted by default because it's the first one that's going to be checked. And this is ascending. If I want to be descending, just click on it, but I want it to be ascending. If I want more, I can add more. If they have the same ID, then sort them by price, for example, things like that. So I'm just going to end up with this one. The summary options, these are the calculations. We can calculate some summary results based on the different numbers that we have. And it tells you what do you want to calculate. Do you want to have, for example, a sum of all the prices, or maybe the average of all the prices for that same person? Or the discount, or you would like to have, like, for example, the sum, the minimum or for the price, and the sum for the discount, or maybe the average for both, and you select whatever you want. So this is where you can put some summary on the form. And let's have a look at how it will look like. The last two things is how it looks. So it's something really simple. So this is just the look, the way you want it to look like. So stepped, this is the one that we requested, like stepped. And then the last thing is give it a name, card discount report. So this is if you'd like to add report, whatever. And then finish. Now if I'm finishing, you're going to see a lot of different things. First of all, you see this. This means it's not enough. I can just close the print preview and I can see this view over here. This is the design view for the report. And you see the design view is much more complex than the one for the view, for the form. We've seen the design view of the form. It seems a little bit simpler, but here you have a lot of different things. You have the report header, you have the page header, you have the name header, details, and the name footer, page footer, a report footer. There's a lot of different kind of information. So what I'm suggesting, just to begin with, we're not going to be going here. We can go to this layout view, which is like some sort of a simplified design view. In the simplified design view, it allows me to make some changes while showing me the result of the report after I make the change. And you can see that, for example, I select one of them, all of them are going to be changed. So I have a better idea of what is the effect of my change. So this is for the summary, and I can move things around. I would like to move them, for example, somewhere else. Move them here if I can, yes, and things like that. So now I can, where is it? I can go back to home and select the report view. In the report view, I can see now the different results. You see that the people who have the same name, the entries, the records that are more than once, I see them sorted by the ID number, and then I have these summary options here. When I have like this average of the price and the average of the summary. If I wanted to have, average of the discount, I can see the discount doesn't show up clearly. I'm going to maybe make it bigger a little bit so I can see this count. Now go back, I can see it here. There's another thing I can see. This is the print preview. If I'd like to print how it will look like, this is the page, so you can see how it will look like in the print preview. But we don't want to print, okay? So don't click on this print, please. And so this is the different 4 things. Inshallah, later on we're going to see how to use this. Notice first, you see this. This is a text field. And it has text box. And it has average price and average discount. You see, AVG. This is the calculation for average. If you remember, we've seen something similar in Excel. But in Excel, actually, we use average instead of AVG. So that's the introduction to the report. That's what I'd like you to do, inshallah. Later on, we're going to be doing an exercise from the book, which is a little bit more comprehensive. Any questions?